Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. It's a love and relationship reading for the next 30 days. It's timeless, so it is valid for whenever you find this. And Capricorn, you are right here in this grid that I have laid out. So what I have going on here is I have all the signs. We're going to pull a card for each of the signs. We're going to talk about compatibility here in the beginning, and then we're going to talk about the energy related to each of these signs. So if you know your partners or partners as in apostrophe S belonging to one partner, but if you have multiple, if you know their sign, we can discuss the energy and discuss what's good going on there. Relationships as well, so friendships, work relationships, that kind of thing. Now, in general, Capricorn, you're right here with all of these earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. For compatibility, the earth signs and the water signs are they mesh really well together. You guys kind of speak the same language. Water signs are very supportive. You kind of like that. Supportive in an emotional way. If I had these arranged in a circle, your opposite sign is actually Cancer. So Cancer is supposed to be opposite of you, but opposites attract. So you actually have some really good energy going back and forth between Capricorn and Cancer, and really any of the water signs. Compatibility between air signs is going to be a little bit more difficult. So we've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You kind of think that they're a little flighty, Capricorn, even though you would be a good influence on them. And maybe they can bring you out of your shell a little bit. And then we've got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius over here. Also on the less compatible side here, they're the fire signs. They may bring a little bit more drama than you want to your life. But you know, variety is the spice of life, right? So as if anything, we have good and bad with both. It's a double-edged sword, right? And you can have a successful relationship with any sign. And in fact, it's a little bit more nuanced, if you will, than what I am saying, because there are other placements other than this is your sun sign more than likely. You've got a moon sign, you've got an ascending sign, you've got a sign that is in Venus. Venus is your love, the house of, or the area of love. So it's kind of like how you like to be loved, and so does everybody else. So we are complex people. And this is just a general guideline because we're going to have to deal with other people who don't necessarily speak our language all the time. And that's kind of what we're talking about in this reading. So I'm going to pull a card from this deck. It's kind of like the overall energy of the next 30 days regarding your love life, regarding your relationships, Capricorn, the next 30 days. And we get, ooh, Soul wants to come out. You know, it's so funny because when I was shuffling this deck, I saw Soul and I was like, I just saw it and I was like, I'm attracted to that for you. And then here it come out. The energy of Soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God or divine. So it's possible in the next 30 days, if you're not already in a relationship, that you could find a soulmate. Soulmates don't have to be romantic either. Soulmates can really be like that friendship that is just somebody who's a lifelong friend that you keep going after. And you know, soulmates are like, it's very dynamic. And I feel like but this is getting in alignment here. This is in a groove and an alignment. So somebody who's like on the same page as you. But things happen in our life and we grow and we move. And of course, you know, we want to evolve. And of course, we want our friends to evolve and our family members to evolve. Hopefully your partner, because especially for you earth signs, you like to, you know, have that lockdown. You like somebody who's dependable, and it's kind of almost like a life, you know, somebody who's supportive, and it's almost like a lifetime bond. So, you know, hopefully you are setting the seeds so you're growing together rather than being apart. So I love Soul for you. Let's talk about these other signs though. I'm going in order of the zodiac, which starts with Aries and then goes all the way through. That's why you're down here, Capricorn, because your birthday falls later in the year. Oh, and I was going to say the birth chart thing. If you want to look up your birth chart or the birth chart of your partner or anybody really, you need to know their birth date, birth time, and location. I have a link in the description for the birth chart. So for Aries, I'm really only trying to pull one card here, but sometimes multiples pop out. Do not start a business relationship with Aries. Aries looks like almost a bottomless pit of money and your hard-earned money could go someplace else. As relationship-wise, like they might see you, unfortunately, sorry, they might see you as a piggy bank, that sugar mama, sugar daddy type of vibe, because we've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed and we've got the Six of Pentacles. And it's just kind of like the energy around that, the way that it feels. If you're coming up with that energy and I'm confirming this for you, definitely have some conversation with Aries to really see what the motives are behind it. But definitely the cards are saying, like, don't start new relationships with Aries. If you're going to loan them money, they're probably not going to pay it back. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles is kind of like that reciprocal relationship where you release money out into the universe and it comes back to you. When we have it in reverse, it's not coming back. And then coupled with the Ace of Pentacles, not a great sign. If you're looking to start a new relationship with Aries, they could be having some money issues. So, I mean, that's up to you if you want to invest in that or not. If you're investing in it, I'm putting that in quotes, don't expect to be paid back. Wow. And then we've got Three of Cups reversed here for Taurus. So usually Three of Cups is just like a really beautiful card. It's, it's really what we want to see. We've got that little heart there. We've got the cups linked. This is relationship wise. Feels like Taurus is kind of breaking your heart a little bit here with this Three of Cups. And it could just be that they're not in the mood to go out and do stuff. It could just be that they're not returning your calls. It could just be that they've got their own thing going on right now and they're not really as focused on you as you would like them to be, especially in a relationship wise. Again, this is just the current energy and the energy for the next 30 days. This is why we're doing this. If you're coming up with, I'm confirming these things with you, then you need to figure out how to, if you don't like that, great, to figure out a way to make that different. So again, like they just are reflecting on themselves rather than reflecting on you, reflecting on their friend group. If this is somebody at work, it could be that they're withdrawn. And if this is a family member, yeah, you might not be really hearing about them. If it is a friend or a family member, you might want to give them a call and make sure they're doing okay, because that sounds like they're not going to reach out to you. If it is your personal relationship, yeah, check in. They may be moving on and seeing somebody else, unfortunately. Gemini, what do we have for Gemini and Capricorn? Gemini and Capricorn, look at this. We've got Temperance in reverse. So a lot of reverse cards here. Gemini, we know that, Capricorn and Gemini, you probably think that Gemini is a little flighty, a little vapid, and it's really just kind of confirming that the relationship seriousness would be like one-sided on your part. If Gemini is somebody that you have to deal with, you might have a little bit of difficulty dealing with them, connecting on a deeper level. You'll probably get from them what you need, business relationship wise, coworker wise. If they're your boss, they might be piling a lot of things onto you. And even if they're a coworker, they might be asking you to do things. And you know what, Capricorn, that might be an issue for you anyway, just because you're such a hard worker and you are, very ambitious and you're very serious and you'll take extra things on. But right now, like, the energy between you and Gemini, like Gemini is not being serious at all and you're like being all serious. So there is like an initial, at least, imbalance there where you're all work and no play, and they're all play and no work. Cancer, what do we have for Cancer and Capricorn? Cancer and Capricorn. That's way too many cards. I just want one card for Cancer and Capricorn. One card for Cancer and Capricorn. Wow, okay. I said wow because the Chariot is ruled by Cancer, actually. So Cancer gets Cancer's own card, which is the Chariot. The Chariot is going places, moving places. So if you have had a thing scheduled with Cancer, maybe a trip, because that's the word. Chariot is about movement. It's about going places. It's about, but we've got it in reverse. So again, like if you had a trip scheduled with them, or you have an event you wanted to go to with them, it sounds like they're going to be rescheduling that. And it just not really communicating, going off in different directions. When you're making decisions, like they're not taking you into account, different decisions without you. So not the best energy with that. If this is, somebody that you have to deal with, maybe you've been married to a Cancer for 20 years, you need to get on the same page. So that's just it's just a warning that you're not on the same page. Just a warning with Gemini that you're not balanced. Just a warning with Taurus that your love interests are two different places. Leo, what do we have for Leo and Capricorn? Leo and Capricorn. Look at this, the Hanged Woman. So the Hanged Woman is a card about pause, but when we have her in reverse, where Cancer isn't going anywhere, it looks like you and Leo, like if you have had a relationship with them where it's kind of been stuck for a minute, like all of a sudden you might be hearing from Leo. They might be asking you questions. They might be like ready to do something. If you've texted them, maybe, if this is a new relationship, maybe on a social media app that you've met them on, and they kind of haven't been communicating, like don't be surprised if all of a sudden you hear from them. Seems like they've been taking a little bit of a break, probably to work on themselves. I wouldn't take that as a knock against you, or that they didn't want to hang out with you. They've just been taking a pause, and now they're like ready to get out and mingle and do things. Work-wise, you might be hearing from them. They might be ready to work with you. And it sounds like it's something that's been thought out a little bit versus just impulsive. Like they've really been thinking about and their direction and what they've been doing. Virgo and Capricorn. What do we have for Virgo and Capricorn? We get the High Priestess. This is interesting because I think Virgo had the High Priestess for Virgo. So a lot of deep conversations with Virgo, a lot of intuition, going deeper into something with Virgo. If you're in a relationship with Virgo, like they want to get more spiritual, whatever spiritual means for you. They're looking for that type of support. They're looking for like the answers to the life, the universe, and everything, and they want to take you along for that ride. So be ready, be prepared. They're going to be pushing you to expand a little bit with this Virgo. So if you're not ready for it, just get ready for it. It is kind of a it is a really good card. It's not necessarily the most romantic card. It's not necessarily like love there, but certainly like, somebody that you can spend all night talking to about the meaning of life and the universe. Let's see, Libra, and we get the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is like lining up to move on. Libra may already have moved on. If you've been texting with Libra, talking to Libra, you may not be hearing from Libra at the moment. It just feels like it's not the perfect situation for either of you. Nobody's fault. It's just like, this is fun, but this isn't exactly what we're looking for. And even you see that her back is to you. The very next card, the 9 of Cups, is the wish card. So that's getting everything and anything that you ever wanted. So if this Libra connection is really important to you, you need to figure out what is missing, what is like not like, have you been working too hard and not spending enough time with Libra? Do you not have that balance come in? It's really interesting that Gemini had that balance thing, and then there's the 8 of Cups lined up, and everything is lined up really for Libra. Libra's been thinking about moving on. Work relationship wise, Libra might be leaving your company, leaving, you know, if Libra is your work bestie, they may be moving on to a new job, or just really not happy with where they're at right now. And they may discuss that with you, with not being happy. So what's great about this knowledge is then you can help decide what would help Libra out, what would make them happy. Scorpio, interesting. We've got the 3 of Pentacles and we've got the Empress in reverse. Scorpio's kind of like focused on themselves. That's not actually out of the realm of Scorpio. Scorpio often thinks that because they feel it, you should know it. So if you're like in mystery here with Scorpio, we've got, because I'm talking about the Empress reverse, speaking to that card, you know, make sure that they are telling you things that you want to know. I feel like you could have like a really good relationship if you understand that Scorpio is kind of centered on themselves at the moment. You could work really well together. Everything is aligned for that. For no, Pentacles, and money-wise, business-wise, working together, collaboration, like the 3 of Pentacles is a great card for that. Love-wise, you may not be feeling the love from them that you necessarily want. And I really feel like that's more of a Scorpio issue within themselves rather than it's not a shortcoming on your end. So if you're like, wow, you know, this is really great. We get along great. We have great conversations. We have the same types of goals. We have the same vision for the future. I just am not like that little spark is missing. You know, talk to them about the type of support or the type of compassion that you kind of need from them, because the Empress in reverse, you know, she's very giving and very loving and almost a motherly energy. But when she's in reverse, it's like you're not necessarily feeling that love. And if you're not, you need to let them know, because honestly, the 3 of Pentacles, you know, it's almost like everything there, like all the components are there. You're just not feeling the love. If it's somebody you work with, who cares? Like, you're just there to do your job. You do it well, perfect. If they're focused on themselves at the moment, that's great. If it's your family member or a friend, like you might want to investigate, like, what's going on? Are you not feeling your best self right now? Why is that? Because they might need some emotional support from you. Sagittarius and Capricorn. Oh, good. We've got the 2 of Wands. See how this is like parallel and moving forward and moving kind of together. Will it cross over? Well, that's up to you. So you have like a really good energy with Sagittarius right now for the next 30 days, a planning energy. This is perfect for work relationships, like a creative energy. They probably bring a little bit more creativity out of you. That's really great, helping you to see those things and moving forward. The 2 of Wands would just be like, you know, what do we need to actually get this ball rolling? What do we need to actually get this moving? Because it can just spend a lot of times on planning and a lot of times on ideas, but I think that's what you need is your personality, Capricorn. So I think that is a really good energy to connect with the Sagittarius in the next 30 days and work with them and plan with them and bring something creative to life. You might have to do a little bit of nudging and a little bit of kind of like, they might have some really great ideas and you might have to put the steps to it. Like, this is what we need to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So Capricorn, I've been reading this card that comes over you is kind of like your relationship with yourself, but also like your relationship with other Capricorns, like all the other cards I've been reading. So Queen of Pentacles, it really, like, Pentacles relates to earth signs, relates to money, you'd have like, but it's also a very creative energy. So creating new wealth, creating new money, being very focused. So you are very focused on things. This is actually you feeling like yourself, you feeling really good, like maybe even the best version of yourself, Capricorn. And so I feel really good about your relationship with yourself and your relationship with other Capricorns. It's just hitting on all cylinders, really. Is there passion involved? Maybe not, but there could be. There certainly could be. Usually the Queen of Pentacles has bunnies on there. They could be a distraction, but it is also, it can be, you know, bunnies are a thing of a symbol of fertility. So, and the activities that go along with it. Aquarius and Capricorn, we've got the Eight of Swords with Aquarius. Aquarius, man, Aquarius is like the most independent sign on the zodiac, and it seems like they're kind of out there doing their own thing. You know, we got these swords. It might be a little bit more drama than you really want. It might be a little bit more poor me energy than you really want. Like they're kind of trapped in their own little world, and you probably have a really great idea. Like they're coming to you and they're asking you, what should I do about this? Or what should I do about this? Or you meet up with them if they're your person and you're going on dates with them, and they're like, well, I can't do this, or I can't, you know, it's kind of like that. That's the Eight of Swords energy, is that like they're trapped in their own shadow. They're trapped in their own way. They can get out of it. They are more than capable of getting out of it, but they've got like the blinders on to their situation. So that could be frustrating to you, especially when you're like, seriously, all you need to do is this. And you're very wise, Capricorn, like they should be listening to you. But again, I think the communication, like how you present what you're saying, it's not necessarily coming across that way to Aquarius in the first place. But then the other thing is they have to decide. They have to decide for themselves if to get out of this. But if it's something that annoys you or bothers you about them, you should let them know. Like, listen, I am here for you. If you want advice, I am here to give you advice. If you just want to complain, okay, but you know, maybe you can't handle that emotionally. Sometimes you have to let people know that and put those boundaries up. But it seems like they have their own boundaries up with and there's a lot of complaining with Aquarius. Sorry, Aquarius. Yeah. So maybe not the best to start a new relationship, but if you have to deal with an Aquarius, you know, feel for you. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles here with Pisces. Pisces might be difficult to get out of the house. So if you, Pisces might be on hermit mode. Pisces might be just kind of like locked down to their house, being a really homebody at the moment. So if your like grand plan is to get Pisces out and to go have some fun, you might have to talk them into it. Like they're, default energy at the moment is like staying home and sitting around the house. Four of Pentacles is, you know, Pentacles is money. Pentacles relates back to earth. So I feel like you can have like a really good connection, but they are kind of a little stuck on their planning. They're kind of a little stuck on what they think they should do. Now, if you guys agree on it, great. If you don't, you might have some challenges talking Pisces out of this, because they've got this all contained here. They've got their money all contained. They're kind of like sitting on it. Which, you know, good for you know, if you're in a relationship and you're agreeing on how your money is spent, perfect, because they're on top of it. If you're in a relationship and you want to splurge a little bit, maybe not so good.